How's it going, everyone? Phoenix Rapunzel here, and welcome back to another Infinite Magicraid video. I have a little bit different of a setup today. I got a ring light, and I am hopefully getting a new webcam after this one, which lasted 3 days, is not autofocusing. So, gotta love that. So, anyways, I recorded a video last night to talk about the patch preview. Unfortunately, the video didn't really work out. So we do have the patch notes today. I will make sure that I include a link down below in the description. So please check those out to get more details. I'm just going to do a quick video on, or I'm hoping it's going to be a quick video on the patch notes, what they entail, and also briefly discuss the events coming. So the first news, or the first set of news, is the Raid Up event that is coming this weekend, starting in less than 2 days for reset. We've got Nicholas, Nidroll, Jurina, Barry, and Slackdough for Legend Heroes. And we have Rudolph, Holder, Anton, and Lester. These are all Force Mark heroes. They are bringing Nicholas and Rudolph back into the game, which for me, I think is... This is just me personally. I think it's a little bit questionable, just because they made Nicholas so busted, and people have realized that he is absolutely necessary to get through, like, Elemental City. And, you know, not everyone uses him, but, I mean, he is still, like, super, super busted. Definitely the two Legend heroes to go for would be Nicholas and Nidroll, unless you already have, like, Barry, Slackdough. Garina, I would say, is the weakest of the Legend heroes. And then with the epics, we got Rudolph, Holder, Anton, and Lester. I would say Holder's the weakest there. He's not bad. He just kind of falls off after, like, early game and into mid game. So other events that are happening, we have the Gift of Heaven event coming back. The reward, instead of it being a hero this time, which last time it was Sigmund, this time they're going to have a Legend Phantom Dragonite. So that's going to be interesting. And so that'll be starting this next week on Tuesday, I believe. And then we have a free hero regression event. This is going to be for all 7 of the Legend heroes that are getting skill rebalances. So we've got Frich, Teru, Amalic, Elbek, Anna, Eilat, and Olga. So, and then we will talk about that in just a second. We'll talk about the rebalances. Reward hero of next session's hero quests is going to be Anna. And I think they're doing that because they are giving her a skill rebalance. How exactly everyone's going to feel about that, I'm not sure yet. So let me know down in the comments. We also have a couple of features. We've got awaiting free refresh to nonstop combat in arena, recommended heroes to Elemental City, optimize the logic of locking heroes, because it sounds like a couple people lost either a copy of Rudolph or a copy of Lele during the festival event, so now they're locked automatically. Headlines of exclusive emblem aura and summoner faces to corresponding heroes. Those have been optimized. We have the day and night mode in main city. I'm probably going to change mine tonight because I think it's cool. Adding the quick back to the UIs and then optimizing the icon of the control tag. Okay, so let's jump into the skill adjustments or the rebalances for the Legend heroes. Now, first on the list is Anna, and she is known as a burn hero. She does a lot of burn, and I actually really like Anna. She was one of the 5 heroes who, if you started the game when it globally launched back in September, there was like a little playthrough where you got to play as Anna, Melia, Catherine, Nordak, and who was the last one? Oh, Luna, against Liam, the main bad guy of this game. And I really liked Anna when she came in. I mean, she has a skill called Phoenix Dance. So, yeah. So basically what they're doing with Anna, and again, you guys can read through the specific numbers and everything. they're basically giving her an increase. Here, let me move my camera really quick. Just gotta be able to see my screen. So they're basically giving her an increased chance to land burn on her skills. So for example, on her basic attack, instead of this 40% chance going up to 80, it's going to start out as 60 going up to 100. So she'll have like a guaranteed burn. One thing as well is they are adding a couple things to her exclusives. We've got for her E1, her fire strike will still attack all enemies, but she also increases allies' attack by 40% for a couple of turns. Overall, I mean, it's not game busting. I think she's going to be a lot more usable now for burn teams. So anyways, yeah, they're basically, again, just increasing the chance of her landing her burn. One very important thing to note though about the E2 is they are completely changing it. They're not doing the DOT dealt by all allies anymore. They're doing they're increasing the effective fire wave by 100%, and then they're increasing the burn damage dealt. So again, she's going to be meant specifically for burn teams. I have her, so I will be interested to see what she's like after the rebalance happens. We'll see if I end up using her more, because I don't have a lot of burn heroes. Okay, so the next one we have Eilat. And Eilat just looks super cool. I love the bones in the back. So Eilat was already kind of nutso with like the damage reflection and everything, but they're changing her to be only based on HP. So they're kind of getting rid of this where it's recommended that you build her with HP, defense, and effect hit. They're completely taking out that defense part of it, and they're only basing her on HP, which I think is a really smart decision anyways, just because if you want to try to build her HP for like her shield and everything, then it's kind of hard to do that and also build up the defense damage if you want to make her hit hard. So I think it's a really, really smart decision there. I think she's going to be used a lot more. So I'm interested. And my husband, Rostin, actually has Eilat on his account. So we'll see what happens with her. Okay, Nameless Brotherhood. We have Frich. Frich has, I believe, yeah, he's got some taunt in his kit right now. He's got some attack down, crit damage down. So what they're doing with him is, let me make sure I get it up here really quick. Basically, they're increasing his damage, and they're also increasing his chance to land his debuffs. They are changing his entire passive skill to basically he reduces damage dealt to himself, but then he has like this kind of reverse self debuff where it increases his damage. The exclusive is going to be changed to where the damage for every layer of that self debuff that he has, then the amount of damage taken by him will decrease from, it'll start at 10% with just the regular passive, and then it'll go down to 7% if you get his E2 up. And then we got some heal built in here as well, adding a heal with the taunt and the shield part. Kind of interesting. I have honestly never seen Frich before, but maybe he'll be useful for Faction Abyss. So I feel like that's where I see him used, or going to be used. Okay, so then the next one we have Teru. And again, I know I'm going rapid fire through this. If you want to see all the exact numbers, again, I have the link for the patch notes down in the description, so you can go through each of those specific heroes. So again, the next one is Teru. So again, they are increasing his damage dealt, and they're increasing his chance to land like this intertwined. They are reducing his cooldown on this giant tree shield, and they're adding in this will, instead of the E1 being just Teru gets consolidation 2 and a shield, it'll be all allies, which I think is a fantastic rebalance here, because it's going to mean that he is constantly doing that damage mitigation there. And that will be helpful for Tower of Mark, that'll be helpful for Faction Abyss, that'll be helpful for campaign. But again, you have to have a couple of copies of him. And then again, there's just an increased chance of landing the intertwined. And then the damage goes up. And let me see, the other E2, instead of him healing himself, then he heals allies. So again, I think this is a really solid revamp here for Teru, and I think I like it more than some of the other ones. I don't have Teru, but I'm hoping that other people will use him more than right now he's been using, or they have been using him. Okay, so then the next one we have Elbek, and he, again, they're just increasing the damage dealt by him, basically for all of his skills. This shield is going up to 35%. We've got the passive is staying exactly the same, and then this last ability we've got the damage is just going up again. And again, specific numbers, if you want to take a look at them, take a look down at the patch notes. And then the E3, this death domain thing goes up to 3 turns. And then the layer obtained triples. So basically he's getting this desert soul like constantly on himself. And each layer increases his max hit point cap, which means he's going to stay alive for a lot longer. Fantastic rebalance here. Not completely sure if he absolutely needed one, but at least like increasing his shield and then making that passive with, or sorry, no, not the passive, but this Desert Soul unique buff for him even more powerful. That I feel like it's going to help a lot of players. Okay, so then the next one we have Amalic. And he's got, I believe, again, he has an increase of damage. I think the best, I'm actually going to read this one for his first active skill here. Instead of 140%, it's going to go up to 220% attack damage to a single enemy. Reduces their turn meter by, this goes up to 40%, and then if you get his skills leveled up, then it can go up to 75%. And especially with that E1 there, where he can steal the turn meter, it's basically like, you know, he steals 75% of that turn meter, and then if he has like speed on, then he's basically going to take another turn very, very, very soon. I think that is a fantastic ability right there. And even if that's like the only thing you really use him for, I think it's really, really well done. And then basically as part of his passive, if you pair him with other freeze heroes, then he is basically guaranteed a crit on anyone who has freeze. So if you get his crit damage up and everything, then he can really smack those people who have freeze. And that'll be really effective with that part. So yeah, I mean, again, not necessarily game breaking. I really do like what they're doing with the smite ability. But those of you who have Amalic, like, let me know, are you excited to use him now because he's getting this this rebalance? And then the last one, we have Olga, who is known as a single target damage dealer, but she's not necessarily been used a whole ton, mostly because she is kind of like a one-shot or a one-trick pony. One-shot wonder, one-trick pony. So they're still keeping her as a single target damage dealer, but again, they're just increasing her damage by a lot more. So like, for example, this 220 goes up to 280 initially. And she's got, let's see. Oh, this second ability stays exactly the same. The passive here, she actually, this 18% chance goes up to 50% chance. So basically a lot higher of a chance to attack. Yeah, pursue an attack once an ally deals damage. And the cool thing with that one is, I mean, it can go up to all the way to 100% chance. So someone deals damage, she goes in, deals more damage, and then it's like, okay, you guys, everyone else can take your turn. So kind of cool there. And then they're adding into this exclusive too, they're adding in the Forgotten along with the Eternal Sect and Doom Legion. Is she going to be used more? Maybe. She is still a single target damage dealer, but I mean, she'll be hitting harder. She's got a better chance of doing that pursuing and attacking. So we'll see. Those of you who have Olga, are you excited for this rebalance? Okay, you guys, that was really rapid fire, but let me know down in the comments, who are you most excited of these 7 heroes? Who are you most excited to see a rebalance for, and why? Also, with the other patch notes and the other like quality of life things coming in, what do you feel like is going to be most beneficial for you? Let me know. You guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, so that you don't miss out when I post new videos. You guys, I really, really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Peace.